Glad to know you're still with us. Now we'll delve into analysis of the comparative earnings of medical, or let's say healthcare companies. We have about 4 of them that we will be considering: GlaxoSmithKline, we have May & Baker, Fixing Healthcare, and Nemeth International Pharmaceuticals. So we'll start with GlaxoSmithKline in 2022, 20.425 billion naira. Of course, that's Q3 2022. And in 2021, 16.452 billion naira. The percentage changed there to 4.15. For May & Baker, 10.348 billion naira. That was Q3 2022. And Q3 2021, 8.054 billion naira. The percentage change there being 28.49. For Fixing Healthcare, 31.428 billion naira in 2022. And in 2021, 21.752 billion naira. The percentage change there, 44.48. For Nemeth International Pharmaceuticals, this particular one is full year 2022, and they had 2.702 billion naira, and in 2021, 3.046 billion naira. The percentage change there, minus 11.28. Ambrose, what do you make of this report?
You have to start with before the numbers. The numbers are looking good, but I want to say one thing for Nigerian investors. I think COVID-19 was a blessing to Nigeria in terms of this sector. Before COVID-19, this is a dead sector that we don't hear about the healthcare, but since COVID-19, government have injected funds, we can see activities improving, not reflecting on the number of these companies. Say that it's good to invest in the sector, when you give incentive, you see activity. Also, when there's business in that sector, don't forget that anywhere in the world, if you're thinking of where to put money for long term, you go to healthcare sector, because as people are aging, by bringing the new babies, that means that sector is always there for any producer or any business to work to harness. For me, it's a good number that we are seeing these aggressive numbers after post COVID-19, which for me is a good one. Kudos to the industry, and also the government has also encouraged that. For me, if you look at the numbers here, the top line I tell you that these companies have done well for 2022 third quarter, because this is a kind of combination of first quarter, second quarter, and third quarter. For to see this figure, for me, it's a good one. But we want to see the bottom line, which is the PAT. But looking at the top line, the bottom line means they are off, kind of eating to another market, expand their business, whether a new product or the margin and all those stuff. All they go to another business. For me, it's a good one. For me, it's a good one for the sector. But let's see the bottom line for us to say yes, here they are, because every investor is interested in what that profit after tax. That is, you want to know what is coming to you after they are taking care of the expenses, cost of sales. That's why all our eyes are on that PAT to see where the companies were in PAT. That is it. Let's go ahead and see those numbers.
All right, Mr. Kofi, if you can hear me, kindly confirm.
Well, it is very clear to me that the leader is obvious. Fixing become the leader, and it's not for how long you have been in the industry, but how you plan. We have seen what Access Bank demonstrated in the banking, and that is repeated by Fixing in the pharmaceutical. Nobody remember Fixing in the last 20 years, but today is a leader, and it shows clearly that this is come to stay, and that give hope for the newcomers. If you really want to be in this industry, there is still room. If Fixing can make it, any other can make it, but I'm very satisfied that Fixing is a leader in this group.
All right, let's talk about Nemeth for a moment. What do you make of that report? Mr. Kofi?
Yes. What I make from the report is that, yes, we have seen the Glasgows that have done some restructuring, and that push it to the profit. But when you go back to the turnover, you see that they are no longer there. Remember that Glasgow was made of 3 pharmaceutical companies, much together. But yes, but today, despite acquisition, they have yet not much with the Fixing that acquired nothing. So it shows that you have to plan to grow, and Fixing plan for that, and it make it. We hope that any newcomer can come to this field, because we have the population and health is life, and there is the need for drug now and ever.
All right. Well, very quickly, we'll go to the profit after tax, and that's where I'd like Charles to come in. For GlaxoSmithKline, we have 483.543 million naira in 2022. And in 2021, 112.699 million naira. The percentage change there, 329.06. For M&B, 1.430 billion naira in 2022. And in 2021, 882.431 million naira. Percentage change there, 62.08. For fixing, 3.439 billion naira in 2022. And in 2021, 2.324 billion naira. The percentage change there, 47.97. Now for Nimeth, 2020, that's a full year 2022, we have minus 109.663 million naira. And then in 2021, 270.576 million naira. The percentage change there, minus 140.53. Charles, let's have your thought.
Yes, looking at the profit figures, of course, they like as Ambrose will tell you there, figures don't tell lies. The fundamentals is there. But however, taking decisions, you must combine both technical and fundamentals to give you an informed decision. It is obvious, it's clear there, looking at those for just profit after tax, Glasgow, yes, we would expect Glasgow to be in the leader. But unfortunately, if you look at other parameters again, other ratios, you will see that the real leader, our group by the end, is fixing. However, but for Glasgow, yes, making that kind of profits, it's quite encouraging, but I expect them to do more because they've been in the industry for a very long time. Glasgow, I mean, like my dad said, in the past 10, 15 years, you will not hear fixing. But now it's obvious that fixing is the leader in that group. But however, from the profit after tax, Glasgow seems to be the leader there. Now, what informs this figure for Glasgow? They have invested so much on research and development, and they are focusing to deliver vaccine, and medicine using science of the immune system. So you can see that their vaccine production has increased, and even we are doing a lot of vaccination in the country today. 4 in every 10 children has received vaccine each year, and of course, it is GSK that is pioneering that vaccination. So you can see that they have shown that they are still the leader. But however, when it comes to maybe in terms of earnings, then I would say fixing is the leader in the pharmaceutical industry. That industry, the health sector, is key to the development of any nation. It requires a lot of capital. It requires a lot of investment in science and technology. And of course, you could see that all these firms there have done that, of course, except the NIMET, which I won't really say what is their problem, but I think they should go back to the drawing board and see how they can be in that business.
All right, very quickly, just before we go, for him, he believes GlaxoSmithKline has the better result when we look at profit after tax. Is that what you believe? I think he's probably looking at a percentage change.
No, for me, if you look at the numbers, like you said, number don't like fixing is leading with almost a 3.something billion profit after tax for third quarter, followed by me and Baker. I think the GSK is coming third. Also, if you look at the market price,
that's what I said. I think he's looking at the percentage change.
Yeah, it's possible, but we need to look at the real figure. Everything is good, but look at the figure. Like I tell you that if you have 12 children and you want to share one chicken, and the one that has 2, you say that the one has to enjoy the cake, but 12 will just. That is why if you come to the earning per share, look at what is the number of shares in issue of this company. You want to divide this profit after tax, because after you are getting profit, you want to say you want to share it among all the shareholders in that company. That your PAT will be per share for everyone that in that company. That is very, very important. If you look at the figures, I think that fixing is still leading. Like I said, that PAT is very, very important for every investor, because that will determine whether there will be dividend payout and also whether the price will respond to your performance. You can see that fixing has already above 12 naira before now, 12.20 before coming down to around 10 naira, 9 naira. But I believe that there's still potential. Looking at the EPS of fixing about 1 naira 50 kobo, that of me and Baker around 83 kobo, and that of GSK 40 kobo, 60 kobo. For me, I see that there's high potential in these two companies that are into production, because the state of art factory for fixing is also telling on them. You can see that even GSK give business to fixing to do for them. So that fixing is more organized and they have the. So also don't forget about me and Baker before now has entered into agreement with federal government to produce vaccine. They have the facility. I see potential in that sector for investors that are thinking long. There's opportunity there. But like I tell you that you want to see, are you buying right? What is the fair value of these companies, even with their earnings or their tech analysis? You want to see where they are. That's why it's good to combine these two to know exactly where we are going. But on the strength of their Q3 number for fixing, with 1 naira 50 people can project that around 2 naira final for the year. It's okay for them. I would like to surpass it. That means dividend also increase compared to what they paid last year. Also for me and Baker, seeing this earnings of about 83 kobo. But if you look at that number very well, that's what I call extra item. That means there's something they stood to support this price for me and Baker. But the good news is that particularly in Nigeria, when you are selling the item to support, at the end of the day, you pay good dividend to your shareholders. If that suffices, that means we expect to see a good dividend at the end of the day for me and Baker. And the price around there below 5 naira, I see potential in that sector. When I'm thinking of dividend, I think these numbers will support good dividend from this sector. That means you can look the way of this company, depending on your investment objective.
All right.Moving now to the earnings per share, we start again with GlaxoSmithKline, 40 kobo. For me and Baker, 83 kobo. For Fitsin Healthcare, 1 naira 50 kobo. And then for Nimeth, minus 6 kobo. All right. I'd like Mr. Kufi to talk to us about this.
Yes, as I said it earlier, I will repeat myself that Fixing is a leader. Even in terms of the absolute profit, you can see that add all the profit of the three companies is not up to 50% of Fixing.
Yes.
So what it means that in terms of absolute figure, Fixing is a leader. In terms of earning, Fixing is the leader, and the market proved it right. Today we are talking of 9 naira plus compared to the rest of the prices. So once you are a leader, you remain a leader, and I say kudos to Fixing, and I hope that more pharmaceutical will come to the line because we still need more. We want to take care of Nigerian market and Africa across.
Yes.
Thank you very much. So price to earnings ratio now. For Glaxo, we have 14.22. For May and Baker, we have 4.73. For Fitsin, 6.04. And for Nimeth, minus 25.98. Charles, let's have your take on this.
Okay, looking at financial ratios now, we're looking at the price to earning ratio. Like Ambrose will say, these are still figures because it is what they have earned before. But it will assist investors to plan. Yes, PE ratio, you can see that if you look at it, M&B, I should invest in M&B because it will take me a lesser time to recoup my investment if everything remains the same. Yes, I think it's good. You look at it again. But you must also realize that, yes, the fixing is there. Is the most profitable in terms of the earnings. And of course, that is what will inform investors' decision. But for the price earning ratio, we are seeing it there. Yes, the other three fortune companies are fine, except for Nimeth. Again, we have seen their figures do not tell lies. My advice will be investors, if you want to take decision as to which of these companies to invest, make sure you look at other variables and other ratios before you take your decision. Just looking at just one ratio and making your decision will not be correct.
Absolutely. Now, very quickly, profit margin, GlaxoSmithKline 2.37, May and Baker 13.82, Fitsin 10.95, and Nimeth minus 4.06. Ambrose, very quickly, let's have your thoughts on that.
Yeah, profit margin is just a simple way to know how efficient this company in terms of cost. If a company is making 1 naira, in out of its cost, let's say turnover, what is the return as a profit? That's why you have a profit margin. Well, for looking at the figure, I will tell you that it looks better that stock like me and Baker out of 1 naira is in about 13 kobo. For me, it's okay. Fixing is also looking good. Out of 1 naira of their gross earnings, they are doing about 10 kobo. Fine, but if you look at it, the cost of production or cost of activities and the cost of activities in that sector can show that on their profit margin. But still, it's okay. Some of them are above 10%. But I think the cost is also eating because cost of production, cost of fuel, energy, everything is also referable. I mean, this is a good one for them. I think especially for for me and Baker and fixing, I think the profit margin is very, very okay.
You know, I hope that a time will come where we won't dwell so much on this operating cost, because to a very large extent, it's really hitting, you know, it's impacting the bottom line of companies.
Yeah, I agree with you, but the good thing is that because also we have a good managers able to navigate, if not, it will be more than this, but you can see actually that most of the companies in Nigeria are well run, because if in this midst of you know, high cost and they were seeing a positive number, then we are seeing profit, even though this, say kudos to them. We want to see more if the operating environment become better going to the future. That is our hope, and we pray that it will be so.
Absolutely. Well, very quickly, return on equity. I'd like Mr. Kofi to talk to us about this. For Glaxo, we have 5.23. For M&B, we have 17.48. For Fitsin, 21.30. And for Nimeth, minus 10.02. In closing, very quickly, Mr. Kofi, talk to us about this. Mr. Kofi, if you can hear me. All right. Okay, Charles, let's have your thoughts on this. Mr. Charles? Okay, I guess I'll just come back to you.
Yeah, actually, looking at the return on equity, for me, this is what every investor want to see, because you want to see how they manage the fund you are investing in that company. That means all your eyes to see how are they making the use of those funds you are investing. For me, these companies have done well. If you look at the fixing, 21 point, that means for everywhere in the world, the standard is any company that's above 15%, and it's a good one. But for fixing 21, for very sure, all eyes on fixing and even industry as a leader, who can both in price and earnings, they are leading in every aspect. For me, it's a good one. But if you look at that of me and Baker 17, it's also a very good one. Look at the price, it's around 450 kobo, 445 kobo. It's a good one, depending on your investment objective. If you're looking at one that has the highest upside potential, the two have it, because it's your earnings that will impact on your price. If earnings become better at the end of the whole year, which by this first quarter we expect to see these numbers to redefine where these stocks are going in terms of performance. Investors should look at these stocks they're looking for, but there's also potential for GSK. The way it's going, and I see that GSK will also do well going to, because this sector need attention, and because they are very, very important to healthcare. I know that anywhere in the world, healthcare sector should give proper attention. Even government and private sector, I believe that there's still more opportunity for this sector to do well. That means if you are thinking long, nothing stop you looking the way of the healthcare.
All right, I was going to ask you, but I guess you already took that out. You answered it already. All right, thank you for joining us, Mr. Kofi. Thank you for joining us, Mr. Charles.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, I should have taken that one after the other. Okay, thank you for joining us, Mr. Kofi.
Thank you for having me.
All right, thanks for joining us, Mr. Charles.
Thank you for having me.
All right, and thank you so much, Mr. Modion, for joining, for being a part of this.
Thank you. It's a good one.
I hope you enjoy your weekend.
Yeah, you too.
All right, many thanks for joining us today. My name is Perpetua Fasami Peter. Do enjoy the rest of the day and have a restful weekend. Bye for now.